Okay, this is what came in the mail, and I'm hoping it's what it is the speedometer. Ordered it, and the gentleman sent it very quickly. Let's see what it is here. See if there's anything that I need to change or do different on it. Very well packed. Open it up here. Well, it is very well packed, that's for sure. And there it is. Isn't she pretty? That's gonna look nice. The other day, I was able to take the dash apart to be able to repair the dash itself, to replace this speedometer and gauge cluster. You had to take the dash apart. It was pretty easy. And also, I was able to get the oil changed, filter changed. The other day, I went to a fellow locally who sells used tires. And I bought tires, took it to my local mechanic, and he mounted them. So it's got 2 new tires on it. One of the other tires on the front is pretty new. Bought one of those kits and was able to glue the tab back on, put the mirror back up. So that's looking really good as well. And so we move on to our next project. Well, it was successful. I was able to get the gauge cluster, instrument cluster, put back in the car. It's very easy. Everything works. Tachometer works. Temperature gauge works. Gas gauge works now. Now I know I have about less than a quarter tank of gas. Speedometer works. We've got the dash all put back together. Cleaned it up really good, shined it up with Armor All, and so it's on to the next project. I've always liked the style of Pontiac. It's too bad that the Pontiac brand has been discontinued by General Motors. The Pontiac Sunfire was brought to market in 1995, and it replaced the Pontiac Sunbird, and it was marketed by General Motors until 2005, where it was replaced by the Pontiac G5. General Motors always used their cars and had cars that were across their lines. I guess you'd call them cousins. And so the cousin car to the Pontiac Sunbird is the Chevrolet Cavalier, but I really like the styling of the Sunbird, the Pontiac Sunbird, over the Cavalier. One thing that this car carries is that very well-known V-shaped Pontiac badge. I think they've been using that badge since the 1960s. I've always liked the styling because they use that same idea with the V features in the headlights, in the front end, and so I've always liked that. The features I like on this car, specifically this model, are the upgraded stereo. Even though the screen doesn't work, it is a very, very good stereo. It's a stereo that's connected to an antenna on the back rear quarter panel, but it has an equalizer. It even has something that was new to that time period in 2003, and that was a traffic button. But living out here in the country, you don't have much use for that button. The other feature that I like on this car is the sunroof. I think this is a really nice feature, and I've always liked sunroofs or moonroofs or whatever you call them. This one here does work very well, and so just some of the features that I really like on this car. Another thing that I like as a feature on this car, and I don't think it came on the Chevy Cavalier, is I like that spoiler. Now, I don't think it necessarily adds to the aerodynamics of the car or keeping downforce, but I think it was a way for them to, Pontiac, to be able to have a place for the third brake light. So if this car didn't have it, I was thinking about having it put on. It's a very simple car. It's just a 4-cylinder 2.2 liter 4-speed transmission. It probably gets about 30 miles to the gallon on the highway and probably gets about 25 in town. I spent a little bit of time cleaning up the engine compartment. And if the sun will let you show it, this has the Ecotec 2.2, which is a good little 4-cylinder engine that General Motors made. And so working on this car seems so easy and simple to me. I haven't had much trouble doing anything myself personally as a backyard mechanic. I guess you could say shade tree mechanic. So those are just some of the features that I wanted to share with you about this car. Slowly making progress. Every day, almost every day, I pull it in the garage and run the sweeper in it and clean it some more. And so just slowly trying to make it into a nice car that somebody can use as a beginner car, as a really nice car for somebody in the future. Thank you for watching this. We hope to have more videos in the future. Make sure you subscribe to keep up with it, and you'll be able to see the transformation of this 2003 Pontiac Sunfire.